Are you tired of spending hours scooping and laying down smelly manure only for your crops to barely grow and even fall susceptible to environmental fluctuations like disastrous forest fires? Are you tired of seeing polluted skies and just want some fresh air?
Then we've got the product for you. Hi all, Barry Mays here. Our product Big Ball and Bacterial Mulch and Fuel can provide you with the nutrients essential for your soil needs to support healthy exponential plant growth, in addition to helping you save more on gas so you can buy more seeds. Not only that, but our products are made from 100% natural resources and are exceptionally carbon negative. What does that mean? This means less CO2 emissions in our skies and more fresh air to breathe. Now I know what you're thinking. Bacterial mulch and fuel? Aren't bacteria bad and harmful to us? This is a very common misconception. Bacteria are all around us. Some even live in our gut and help us digest the food that we eat. Even then, without some bacteria, we'd be in some serious trouble. The bacteria we use in our mulch are lab tested for being highly efficient at providing plants with a large portion of the nutrients they need, such as phosphorus and nitrogen. Not only this, our research and development team is currently working on biofuel made from bacteria that can fix sugars found in plant cell walls through fermentation, so stay tuned. Now I'll turn it over to two of our world-renowned scientists, Dr. Byron Murch and Dr. Avery Wiseman, and let them explain how we came about discovering these spectacular bacteria for our miraculous mulch.
Thank you, Barry. My name is Dr. Avery Wiseman, one of the leading researchers here at Big Ball and Bacterial Co. We all know that global warming has had a really negative effect on the environment. The increased CO2 emissions into our atmosphere have resulted in an increase of wildfires that can affect our commercial crops. So, what our team here at Big Baller Bacterial Company has done is really take a look at how wildfires affect the soil itself and the bacterial communities that are present. If we could find that burned soil actually contains increased amounts of bacteria capable of solubilizing phosphate, breaking down dead plant matter, and nitrogen-fixing bacteria reduced by the fire, which can help re-spark plant growth in affected areas, then we could take these bacteria and create a new mulch that could accelerate plant and crop growth much more efficiently and effectively than the leading industry manure and mulch. So, the team and myself included took a trip to the Santa Monica Mountains following the Skirball fire and took soil samples from both burned and unburned soil to test this idea.
Wait, so you're telling me there are bacteria who make nitrogen and phosphorus for plants?
Well, not exactly. See, for nitrogen, the majority of it is not found inside the soil, but rather in the atmosphere. The problem is, plants can't utilize this form of nitrogen, and the same problem applies to phosphorus. But that's what these bacteria are for. Our bacteria, isolated from the soil, can fix nitrogen into ammonia, which solubilize phosphorus, which the plants can now use for things like making proteins and powering their metabolism.
But what about phosphorus?
Well, phosphorus is pretty similar to nitrogen, actually. The majority of phosphorus surrounding plants are in an inusable, inorganic form. Phosphate solubilizing bacteria convert this inorganic form to an organic form that is usable by plants for the regulation of things like protein synthesis and is very important in cell division and development of new tissues. Now, our Big Ball and Bacterial Mulch and Fuel takes advantage of all of these facets and more. Allow us to show you some of the data and results from our study that led to the discovery of this wonderful product.
Here, we're going to show you some results from our experiments. So in this first picture on the left, you see our enrichment plates, and you can see the different types of bacteria that we have isolated from the soil. And on the bottom picture, you see that we have purified our bacteria. And on the two pictures on the right, you see that there are different types of bacteria, one being gram-positive and another one being gram-negative. In these two pictures, you see the results, our cellulose degradation and cellulose fermentation results. And for the first picture, which is the cellulose degradation test, we have concluded that our results is the same as our hypothesis, meaning that there are more cellulose degrading bacteria found in burnt soil because there's more dead plants in the ashes. And then it's also true that there is more bacteria that can do the cellulose degradation under anaerobic condition, which just means that without oxygen in the burnt soil.
Okay, so here in these next two tests, these are for nitrogen. The first one, the DF labeled as DMV in the picture, indicates whether something is capable of surviving in a medium without nitrogen, which indicates that it can fix nitrogen in soil. The second one indicates whether or not something is Burkholderia, which is a common species of nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Our results found in this experiment confirmed our hypothesis in that more nitrogen-fixing bacteria were found in the unburnt soil than the burnt soil. This is likely because nitrogen-fixing bacteria require plants and often interact with them and are slow to grow. In these next results, we see tests for phosphate solubilization. The first one, which is a PVK plate, plus a dye added to test for pH change. And the second one is just the PVK clear, which indicates whether or not something can solubilize phosphate. Now, the results for this one were a little bit inconclusive, but it does seem like in the PVK clear, we found that there are more phosphate solubilizing bacteria in the unburnt soil, which contradicts our hypothesis. However, from the purple plate, we did find that the bacteria capable of solubilizing phosphate in the burnt soil were more likely to produce acid. And in this final one, we can see a gel that we ran, which shows that all of our isolates have a 16S sequence, which will allow us to further sequence them and determine their species.
Wow, now those are some spectacular results. You've seen it here, folks. Our Big Ballin' bacterial mulch is backed by some real cutting-edge science. Thank you, Dr. Murch and Dr. Wiseman. Now, folks, allow me to introduce you to one of our many satisfied customers who've tried our products and saw amazing results.
My name is Jib John James III, and I'm here to tell y'all about what Big Ballin' Bacterial Mulch did for me and my farm. Now, see here, a big fire destroyed my corn and wheat fields last summer, and I didn't know what to do. But my friend referred me to Big Ballin' Bacterial Mulch, and boy, oh boy, did I see results within the first 2 weeks. My crops are now 2 times bigger than they were before the fire. 2 times bigger. Now, I had to refer Big Ballin' Bacterial Mulch to all of my other farmer friends. Now, it was low cost, it was very effective, and it's very environmentally friendly. Big Ballin' Bacterial Mulch, thank you so much for saving my farm.
As you can see, Big Ballin' Bacterial Mulch can make you and your soil the talk of the town. Now you've heard the science, and now a wonderful success story. But now, let me give you a one-time only quick sneak peek into what our research and projection team have in development right now. I'll let our friend and chair in the project, Professor Kiefer Koop, tell you more about it. Kiefer?
Hey y'all, I'm Kiefer Koop. I'm a fruitarian professor of vegan studies at Cal, and man, let me tell you that the upcoming Big Baller Bacterial Fuel will be totally groovy.
And why do you say that, sir?
Well, you see, Big Baller Bacterial Fuel will leave a much smaller carbon footprint than burning fossil fuels, as it is an ethanol created by bacterial fermentation of cellulose, which involves planting my favorite thing on Mother Earth, trees.
Wait, how can bacteria make fuel?
Well, you see, buddy, some bacteria naturally contain cellulase, which is a collection of enzymes that are capable of degrading cellulose, a sugar produced by woody plants. Actually, that's why a tree's bark is. So every time you hug a tree, you are coming into close contact with cellulose. Sweet cellulose. So as I was saying, cellulose-degrading bacteria can utilize cellulose for metabolic energy, and some can do this without oxygen, and that gives us another one of Mother Earth's bounties, one that I'm sure you are all very familiar with, ethanol. This bioethanol reduces the production of greenhouse gases as opposed to burning fossil fuels like gasoline. So while some lousy people are out there creating wildfires, here we are trying to rectify that mistake. Mother Nature releases the stored cellulose in the soil, and we just collect the bacteria that are capable of doing that.
Wow, that's amazing. Farmers benefit, and so do the consumer, from lower fuel prices, now at $1.70 a gallon.
You're missing the point, man. The most significant part of Big Baller Bacterial bioethanol is what they do for the environment. Thanks to reduced carbon emissions due to the development of the biofuel and the biofertilizer that's already out, they can hopefully reduce the horrible effects of global warming, which is totally twitching of them. So farmers can grow more crops and our children can enjoy the clean air more too. Isn't that totally righteous? In the aftermath of a fire, the Mother Earth gives us a way to reduce the frequency of anthropogenic climate change. It's totally boss, man.
Now I hear y'all got this new fuel product coming out. You see, Jeb John James III is all about being environmentally friendly. I can't wait till get my hands on this product. I will be the most environmentally friendly out of all of my friends. It'll save me money on gasoline for my tractor and all my other equipment. Thank you, Big Ball and Bacterial Mulch. I can't wait to see that product.
But wait, folks, that's not all. Here at Big Baller Bacteria Co., we're always seeking new ways to better improve our existing products and affect the future. Here to talk about our future plans are Dr. Wiseman, Dr. Coop, and Dr. Murch. Dr. Murch?
Okay, so we have already isolated the 16S rRNA gene from our isolated bacteria. And we'll soon do sequencing on them so we can tell you the identity of bacteria that's in your mulch.
Additionally, we extracted the entirety of the DNA from both of the soil samples in order to perform a metagenomic assay on them. This will allow us to tell the differences in the bacterial composition between the burnt and unburnt samples.
With this information, we can really see how fire affected the soil bacteria microbiome compositions and use this information to adjust and fine-tune our mulch, introducing more bacteria who play vital roles in the soil plant recovery process to help our customers get the best results possible.
You can get 50 pounds of the amazing Big Ballin' Bacterial Mulch for only $5. You heard that. 1, 2, 3, 4, $5. Call within the next 2 hours and you'll receive early access to Big Ballin' Bacterial Fuel upon release. Call us at 1-800-BIG-BALL. I repeat, call us at 1-800-BIG-BALL. But wait, we'll also throw in a free pre-roll with your order of 100 pounds of Big Ballin' Bacterial Mulch. Take your soil game to the next level. Buy Big Ballin' Bacterial Mulch today.
Hey everyone, my name is Gabriel Avila and I played the role of Jeb John James III and Dr. Avery Wiseman. And outside of lab, I like to go to the gym. I am a power lifter. I also like to snowboard and surf when I have the chance.
Hi, I'm Josh Conical and I played Dr. Kiefer Coop in this presentation. And outside of science, I like to go on runs, which is something I've done since high school because I did cross country. And as an outdoorsy thing, I love to go on hikes.
I'm Jenny and I play the role of Dr. Merch. Outside of science and lab, I like to bake and then play with my dog.
My name is Andrew Johnson and I played the role of Barry Mays and the interviewer. And aside from, microbiology, I enjoy collecting shoes and I like trying new places based on the outdoors.